Michigan backcountry couple and co-hosts, Canadian native Colleen Kuehl and American husband Johnny Kuehl. Let's say Johnny B. Kuehl, since I know that now. Make no claim to being professional outdoor adventurers. However, both in their 50s have an amazing enthusiasm for paddling, backpacking, camping, and overlanding. They also find a great deal of pleasure simply sitting around a campfire, sharing a beverage with old friends and new friends alike. Their show, Backcountry Couples, aired on YouTube. And with that, welcome to the show, kids.
Well, hey, y'all.
Welcome to the show, kids. I just love that every time. Thanks, CW. That was amazing.
You
love
rock.
it. He
You
does.
rocks.
Absolutely. Well, happy Thursday.
Happy pre-Friday.
Happy leap year.
Eh?
That's not a Canadian thing. It's an everybody thing. Anyways, it is leap year today, which is kind of fun. So we get a bonus day.
Yeah, it's my son's first anniversary.
It is. It is. Yeah. So Tyler was married 4 years ago, but it's their first anniversary, which is kind of awesome. So that's really fun.
Cool,
and
cool,
this
cool.
is Backcountry Couples. And I'm Colleen.
I'm Johnny.
And this is episode 8 of season 3.
Halfway to 16.
Oh my gosh, let's go. So thanks for showing up. Thanks for tuning in, all that good stuff. If you had an opportunity first, last show that we did was with Jake and Lena, right? Becker Supply.
Becker Supply.
They're on an epic little family trip right now for a month in Florida. They are
Florida.
Yeah, they're hanging out with their family of 6, 2 little kids and 2 puppy dogs. So that's exciting. So they're exploring their business down there. So if you have an opportunity, rewatch the show that we did with them. Be sure to check them out, right?
Yep.
They've got
Talking about their business and
socials
everything.
and all that wonderful stuff.
Which
to
they
come.
they've just partnered up with a coffee.
With a coffee company.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that because we do love to try new coffee, right? Which is really, really nice. So
I'd like to have
that's
to have some cool coffee.
Ooh, we should maybe sample some fun stuff. Who knows? I love it. I love it.
Possibilities are endless.
They are endless.
And speaking of endless,
what do we got?
Our sponsor.
We do. Mickwick.
For the 3rd year in a row.
All natural fire starters.
Cha-ching.
They are the bomb.com, let me tell you. Waterproof, lightweight.
Burn up to 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
It'll
no
light
tinder
snow
needed.
covered wood on fire.
Or that is a true story. That is awesome.
Not by just us. Multiple people.
Right on. So we thank Mickwick for that. Not only do they have the fire starters, right?
But they also have,
speaking of coffee, is what I was going to get at there.
lightly applewood smoked coffee.
Smoked applewood coffee.
And I always say, day in and day out, it's like having it's like a sip of coffee next to the campfire.
It is. So that is actually on their website too, as well as the fire starters. This is the Weekender. Okay. There's also
this is the 3-ounce package.
Yep.
They have a larger one.
They do. 8. Yep.
Out.
Yep.
Yes.
Which is awesome. But all of our guests on the show, they get the party pack.
You get the Keel Quest party pack.
They do. It's
Comes
so awesome.
with red, white, and blue, and red and white.
Whoop whoop.
And
Go Canada.
One random code.
What?
USA all the way, baby.
And there you go. Whatever. All good. And we're kind of wearing like retro gear, but they do have toques. They do have
they got, I think,
baseball caps, and they have some tees, and I think sweatshirts are in the works, which is awesome. So if you want to see this,
go to MickwickFires.com.
Yes, definitely.
And when you do so, and when I say you do so,
do it.
Use the code KeelQuest. Yeah. You get 15% off your entire order.
You do. Yeah.
Every time you order.
Every time you check out, which is really, really awesome. So we thank
highly recommend the coffee
for that.
Highly recommend those fire starters. And
Mickwick.
And these are soft. So like these skull caps, they got the nice felt lining, so it's not scratchy on your ears.
Nice. Those ones are good. I do like that, which is awesome. The other thing we got going on, it is outdoor show season.
Right. Yeah. The Toronto Outdoor Show was last weekend.
Yeah. So we
saw all of our friends down there.
Yeah. It looked like it was a really great show. It looked like it was a big turnout. Somebody said it was a YouTuber event because there was so many of the outdoor gang there. So fun. So that's exciting. The other is this weekend is the Quiet Adventure Outdoor Show. which is in
Lansing,
Michigan. It's about an hour from us.
We will be attending.
So
but we will not be participating this year. They didn't need us this year because they had
But we were going to chat about Lake Superior Coastal Trail.
Yeah, they had a lot of people that wanted to do talks and stuff like that. Of course, there's only so much room and so much time because it's a one-day event.
It is, and we were just we're
cram-packed.
It is, and we were excited. Not only because we're not presenting, but we were excited because now we get to go listen to the speakers.
Right.
So excited for that.
So everybody that we didn't get to go see last year because we were presenting and running a booth and all that fun stuff, we get to see like our friends like Andrea and Hap Wilson.
Yep.
We're going to go see Cliff Jacobson. Yep. We're going to go see Two Hammocks.
2 weeks in a hammock. Yeah. So
Stacey
excited for them.
Stacey and Vince. Looking forward to that one.
And they were former backcountry couple. And we're going to meet some people we haven't met yet. So
Camper Christina.
Camper Christina. So hey. But we are going to donate a prize. So we do have a door prize.
Not an Amazon box. It's just a box.
It's not. Yeah. But it's a door prize of some KeelQuest and Mickwick, which is fun. And if you are at the show and you see us, come and say hi because we're going to be handing out some Mickwicks along the way.
Mickwicks, stickers, and all that fun
stuff. We got it going on. The other thing is
the weekend after.
We got this. Look what's happening.
We're going to be at Canoecopia again for the 3rd year in a row.
So,
but this year,
check it out.
We're not just going to be spectators. We're going to be presenters.
That's us right there in the magazine. Super excited.
Yes. Yay! So we're gonna talk about how to be a backcountry couple and not kill your spouse on the trail.
Honey,
kidding.
You've survived almost 7 years with me. That's good. That's really good. You guys are so funny. Anyways, so that is going to be next Friday. So we present next Friday at 3:30.
3:30. Correct.
3:30. And we're going to be doing some giveaways.
Yep.
During our show, which is awesome. But the whole event runs from 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Correct.
So that's going to be fun. So if you're going to be in the show again, reach out, come say hi, and it'd be nice to connect.
Absolutely. So we'll have our, like I said, presentations at 3:30 on Friday, but it gives us all day Saturday to go see other presenters and check out the show, which is super, super awesome.
Yes. The other thing we wanted to say is that last week we posted a video on our journey to buying land in the UP. I just want to say thanks everybody who watched it. It's a little teaser. Hope you like following along.
Because
there's more to come. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna beat you like a
Wait a minute. And then
quiet.
We only have 2 more spots to fill for the rest of the season. So I'm excited. I am excited about everything now. So if you are a backcountry couple, if you are a backcountry bro, reach out and hopefully we can get you in, and that'd be kind of fun there. So John put up our email address
right there.
If you know us through Instagram, you can choose a DM. John manages our Facebook, so you can do it through Facebook as
best I can when I'm home.
Well, that's true too. So if you are one, that's awesome. If you know one, shoot them a message and say, hey. And then if you love what you see, everybody, follow along and, hang out with the cool kids, right? Like it, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. Pass it all over. And
you haven't hit that silly subscribe button. Tell your friends to hit it too.
And if you do, if you don't, you don't. I mean, we do it for fun.
Hit the thumbs down. That's just for the heck of it.
Absolutely.
Dare to be different.
And the fun part of the show that we have, obviously, it is chatting with our couples.
I'm the fun part of the show.
You're pretty fun, honey. You're fun. You're fun. Anyways, it's also the chat. I love the chat.
All right.
So let's say hi to everybody. Who do we got going on?
So Texas Hikeaholics.
So I don't know if they're here or not here. I think they did it earlier, but hey to our friends there.
SV Raven.
Jim. Hey.
He's just popped in for a quick second.
Nice
he's working.
To see you. Jim.
Adventure Anywhere.
Oh, and he's home tonight. Oh, thanks, Mike. Oh, that's cool. He said he's home tonight, so he's able to watch the whole show from home. So hi, and hi to Stacy. Hope she's doing well.
Yes, yeah. She had her little.
We've got Jerry, Hashtag Tangent Trails. He's like a super spy agent because he has all these different names, just like Doc Watson. Doc came in to say hi, it looks like.
Yep.
And
he's
then
working too.
Popped in and out.
Oh, my mom's here.
John's
Hi, Mom.
mom is here. Hello.
Blue Water Overland.
What is up with you? Hi, friends. We got to chat.
He misses us.
Oh.
And so does she.
What do we got? Michael Peterson. Hey, wait a minute. I'm super excited to see your guests. I've been enjoying their channel for a while now, especially their trip to Glacier National. Ooh.
Oh, Hike with Mike.
Hi. We have to what you were on a
Chuck
list to
and
watch
Sherry.
Videos.
Hey,
Chuck
guys.
and Sherry. Hi, friend. Another backcountry couple we've chatted with too.
Yep.
And then we've got
Agir.
Agiri. Hello, first time watching. I know the geezers.
Well, there you go.
I love it. So, hi to everybody in the chat. If you have a question, put it in the form of a question.
Capital
K. All right. And
yeah, right there in the bottom.
That way John can see it. And it will
I'll flag it, and then when the question's appropriately right, I'll put it in.
I love it. That sounds awesome. Well,
yes.
Let's get on with
Blue
this
Water.
show.
We definitely need to go back to
Right on.
All right, on with the show.
I know. Let's do it. I gotta clean up. What's going on here? You ready? Are you ready? Where's our people?
Born ready.
Where's our people?
What's up, Dax?
Where's our people? Hi, Dax.
Dax.
They make me carry the heavy pack. Oh, are you like a Sherpa?
Pack mule?
Our pack mule? Something like that. Anyways, are you ready for this? First of all, I just want to say that this couple, you just stop. This couple has resonated with us. Like as soon as we were like, obviously we knew them, from like videos and stuff like that. Right, clearly.
Oh,
but I mean, once we got to dive deeper into like them and their videos and their mannerisms and all that fun, I was
don't like diving.
Well, not like scuba, like plug your nose diving.
No, but nobody plugs their nose when they scuba dive.
Oh, you don't. But you know what I mean. Anyways, these two, we have so much in common, and I am so excited to chat with these two tonight. Are you ready? Here we go. Over 60 and living life. This Texas couple who love to travel learned that paved sidewalks and crowds were just not for them. I get it. So they shifted to multiple day backpacking trips, and they try to get out as often as they can. So they have a motto. I love a good motto, and theirs is, we can do this, you can do this. So welcome from Geezer Adventures, Justin and Sydney.
Hey guys.
Hi, friends.
Hello.
Right? Welcome.
Thank you all for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Very much.
It's our pleasure.
Well, it's super, super excited. Like, come on, right? Wow. So we always love to say, how we got to know you. And it was through our Texas people, right? So it's, Barbara and Craig we had on here from Texas Alcoholic.
Yep.
We had Jerry and Eli, right, on there.
Tangent,
and so we've had all of those on the show. They were on as backcountry bros. So that was really fun. And so I mean, you had a tight little group there. There you are.
Right.
Yeah.
We had a great time.
That was great. That was fun.
So that was the 20.
Look at Jerry's sexy legs.
Oh, they got the shorts on there. I love it.
Always.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's so good. But I mean, you guys have such a nice group in Texas. You're able to meet up. You know what I mean? Like, how nice is that? Right?
Had a great time.
Oh yeah. Was that your first?
We do a lot of kidding and joking, and I'm the old man, so they make a lot of fun of me, but that's okay.
I feel like you can handle it.
Right.
Oh yeah. That's awesome.
As good as I get.
Oh God, Jerry just said, "Hey, that was a fun trip." Awesome. So, how did you two meet?
She walked in front of my car.
What?
Oh, perfect.
In high school.
She was 15. I was 16.
That's when we started dating. Engaged at 16 and 17, married at 17 and 18. 46 years in June.
Well, congratulations.
Shut your mouth.
Right? It might be a little like, what? That's amazing. You know, when you've got the one, you got the one.
That's right.
He's still alive. So.
Wow. Wow. So you've adventured in more ways than one.
It's been a trip.
There you go. It's still going. What are you talking about? Come on. Right on. And then were you both outdoorsy growing up?
You can go first, or you can go first.
I was very into athletics. I mean, I wasn't that outdoorsy. I mean, my job for my dad was after football, I went to the farm and fed cattle and
hauled hay
and that sort of thing. That was the extent of the outdoors. We did some camping trips when I was younger, but not a whole lot. You know.
And my family didn't camp or hike. They didn't do much outside, but we did move to the country when I was about in 4th grade, and I had a horse. And this shows my age, and y'all probably don't even know who Annie Oakley is, but I thought I was Annie Oakley as a little girl. And I had a BB gun, and I had a horse, and there was about 100 acres of family land, not ours, but other family. And I was able to get on my horse and ride from tank to tank. And I was the only person in the family that was outdoorsy, really. As they grew up, I was the oldest of 4. So, but I did that. And then by 12, I was teaching swimming lessons and lifeguarding from 12 to 18. So I didn't really camp or anything, but outside has always been my happy place.
Okay. Isn't that so true? For sure. Mm-hmm. And then when was your first trip together, like doing something camping or outdoorsy? Was it when you had the kids, or?
We took the kids to state parks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we didn't go on long hike. We have a state park here that has a 6-mile loop. So when I had the 3rd child, I had her in the front carrier and the 2-year-old on the back carrier and the 4-year-old holding my hand, and we did the loop. And we did that. The kids have always hiked and with us and enjoyed that. So
that is so awesome.
We didn't really camp. Yeah. We didn't camp a whole lot after we had the 4th child because the older kids were in sports. But
everyone's busy. Isn't that crazy?
Right. Everybody's busy. And you know, kind of what started some of this was our oldest daughter she had these visions of going to an Ivy League school. And so we took a trip to the Northeast and toured different schools. And we were coming through New Hampshire and going down the road. There's a sign for the Appalachian Trail. And Sydney said, "Stop. I want to hike down this." I'm like, "What? What is this? What are you talking about?" So she made me pull the car off on the side of the road. And she hiked for about a mile down the trail. And the whole time we're dragging the kids along. And I'm like, "What are we doing out here? What is this?" And after that, kind of got to reading about it and learning about it.
Mm-hmm. And then you get hooked.
And then, it never occurred to us backpacking. We went on one of the, I don't guess it was an REI trip then, the end to end in Peru.
Yeah.
Going to Machu Picchu. I thought this is the greatest way to go because somebody's going to carry my stuff and I'm going to sleep at night in a bed and have a bathroom and a shower. But
now we think that's not real backpacking. And it's really not. I mean, it's different than having to carry everything you need with you. I love the challenge of that. Just if we can do this at 63 and 64, we can do it.
Absolutely. Let's do it. Yes,
absolutely.
The same way. Before we really get into trips, who came up with the name Geezer Adventures?
I did. Well, and we couldn't use it on Instagram because somebody else had it, but they didn't have very many followers, and that's why there's the JS Geezer Adventures.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, but
and did you run it by the kids at all?
No.
Are you
They're like, "You're doing what? You've got to be kidding." Yes. They think of us as ancient, and we are. And sometimes I have to ask them how to do something, but
So you got the name Geezer Adventures and you're like, let's just start a YouTube channel.
So here's a question for y'all.
Hang on.
Do y'all have trail names?
No.
Probably Mimi and Pops.
Oh, that's your names from the little people.
Right.
That's awesome. Because a YouTube channel is a lot of work. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Well, and I don't. If you'll notice, we have one long trip and 2 or 3 short trips a year, and it takes me forever to get my video done because I'm working full time, and every now and then we have a weekend with grandkids. So
100%. That's the best.
So it's a hobby for sure. It is a lot of work, but I enjoy the creative outlet, the creativity of it. And I've always taken pictures. Well, like when we went to Peru, I carried my big camera with me. I had at the time I had a Nikon that I loved, and love photography. And then it was like, well, maybe I should make some videos, and then started making videos. And I just love it. I love the creativity of it.
Yeah.
And he does. He loves
the heck out of me.
He loves that he can nap while I get some good shots.
Perfect. That's a win-win.
There you go.
It's a win-win for sure. So traveling has always been in your blood, right? Like you've always loved to travel.
Yes, I mean it's certainly after the kids all left home, we really picked it up. Just on the backpacking stuff. After all the kids were gone. Yeah.
Yeah, right on. And then you did one of your biggest trips was Africa, which I feel like is on a lot of people's bucket list.
Well, that was actually our 30th anniversary trip.
Oh, that's so
sweet. It wasn't backpacking. It was actually a luxury trip.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of Mikado, but and so we were frustrated. We'd say, we need to take a walk somewhere. We don't want to get back in the Jeep. We want to take a walk. And they're like, you can't walk because the animals will get you.
Yeah, you're out there. You're part of the food chain.
Yeah, I'm just going to say that you're part of the food chain.
So I got in trouble for standing up on the back of the seat with my feet hooked under the headrest because then they hit a pothole and I fell. I've never had the wind knocked out of me before.
Oh, geez.
But anyway, that was our first long trip, and that was our 30th anniversary. It wasn't hiking because you really can't hike on safari.
Right. But I mean, you're not you're running around Paris. You're outdoors. You're doing stuff. You know what I mean? So that's really exciting. And then you've already mentioned, Peru. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people in this outdoor community really want to go to Machu Picchu. So
it's beautiful.
That keeps the picture. Right, it is, right? So you guys, and did you do the hula? It's you said you did it was a hybrid thing, right? So you flew there and then you did the day hikes?
Right. We flew to Cusco then we took a bus up to the end where they let us out in this little bitty town and we started hiking. Okay. Well, the bus pulled up and we're like, okay, we got all this luggage. What are we going to do? And all of a sudden, coming out of the brush, here comes 2 guys with 4 horses. And they start loading all these duffel bags on the horses, and they take off. And the guide says, okay, follow me. And we go a different direction, and away we go.
Oh, geez.
So our bags were always there when we got to the lodges. Okay. These lodges are not on streets. They're on trails. They're on trails.
They all had diesel generators.
Yeah. Okay. And I don't think the path we took is still available. That was what year? That was
2008.
2008. So it was 2008.
Yeah.
And there were, what do you call them? Survey sticks all along. And they said that's where they're going to cut the road through here. And so we got to see it before a lot of the hike in.
Wow.
They didn't have roads, it was just dirt. Okay. There was a pathway for somebody to get to their house. It was just dirt.
Okay.
But after that, I think a lot of that area that we got to see got cut up. But we hiked for 10 days. No, we hiked for.
It was like 8 days.
8 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what I never realized was Machu Picchu is not that high. We went through a pass that was over 15,000 feet, and then Machu Picchu is only like 4,000 feet. So we were coming down the whole time.
So you go up over the neighboring mountain and you overlook it from there, and there's ruins there, but then you hike back down and then come back. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I mean, we've always been intrigued by it ourselves too. So, interesting.
If you go there, if anybody listening goes there.
Yeah.
You've got to get permission, and I think you have to have special permission to go out the back door. Okay. Machu Picchu has a back entrance where the royalty would come through so that they wouldn't have to go through the public and all. And it is a 12-inch ledge cut in the side of the mountain along the back. I don't know if it's always open to the public. They told us they had to get first special permission to go. I should have sent you a picture of that, but I didn't. But sure you go to see the back entrance and hike as far down as you can. You get to a point where it's just a log, and they stopped us, wouldn't let us go any further. But the back entrance to me was the most amazing thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So did you get the backpacking bug on that trip?
Yes. I mean, that was our first. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
Oh, wow. We really did.
And then I read some stuff that you have criteria, and you said that you liked a 25 to 35 mile loop. I like a loop too instead of an end to end. You have a driving distance consideration. You like having water on the trail. Yep. So who's doing all this research? How are you finding these?
Well, you're not doing it all.
Well, I mean, because someone's got a nap, right, Justin?
That's right. That's right. Well, after our first long backpack through the Guadalupe National Park, where we had to haul water for three days worth of water. I mean, there was 20-something pounds of water on my back, and that's our ideal. Is if there's water. Yep. Because that's our biggest weight, and we've gone from carrying huge packs and everything we thought we might want to semi ultralight. All our gear is very light, and if we don't have to carry water, it's a whole lot easier.
Heck it is. Water's so heavy; it's nuts, isn't it?
Liquid.
Or liquid is heavy, whatever you're carrying. I know, it's crazy. So you got the bug. You got your little criteria now. You had a taste of a little AT. It's in your head or whatever. But you hiked some of the AT.
Right.
We did Georgia, most of Georgia. We actually quit early. We didn't go all the way back. Go ahead.
Well, there was we were meeting my mother and one of our friends, and we didn't have enough time to go all the way to the end and then have somebody pick us up. So we had to stop. But we learned a lot about ourselves then hiking that section.
I bet. And Georgia's is tough. Georgia's your first little taste. You go, okay, here we go. We're into it. You know what I mean?
Well, the third day, we were hiking southbound. We started at Dick's Gap to get, and headed back.
Yeah.
And the third day, I'm like, I'm done with this. We got to a gap, and there was a sign for a shuttle, and I called the guy and I said, I want to go to Helen. And
exit here. Yeah.
And so the guy came, picked us up, and we spent a day in Helen and rested. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go now.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, that's fine. Whatever it takes. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
Exactly.
Wow. And then
when you're planning your hikes and stuff, what do you use? Physical maps? Do you use GPS? What do you use?
I usually look at all trails to get a good idea before I go. I don't run it while we're out unless we get lost and we can't figure out where the trail is. I'll pull it up if it'll come. I download it so it's on my phone, but I don't track us because it eats up too much battery.
Right.
Yeah.
But I use that, and I've also used is it Gaia?
Gaia.
I use that in Glacier. That was what they recommended, and we used that in Glacier. We didn't really need it. The trails are very obvious if it's not snowing. But
there's no lie there.
That's true, right?
We did go out to the what was the river? The Gia, however you say it, Gila River in New Mexico.
Yeah, the Gila River.
Gila River, but it's spelled G with a G. Yeah. But when we went out there, we were just going, okay, surrounding states, where can we go? And we found that, and we went, oh, there's a loop. There's a loop you can do. And we didn't, that was the shortest planned trip. We found it, and like 2 weeks later we went, and we did the loop, and it was a fun one. But we crossed the river 54 times or something.
Was that like a 3 or 4 day trip?
3
day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the CDT goes through there.
Yeah.
So
you'll see people go into the river wilderness on the CDT.
Oh, I don't think I
it was
knew
an
that.
interesting. We originally planned to go to Big Bend, and they were having wildfires, and then we thought, well, we'll go to Guadalupe. They're having wildfires, and I said, okay, let's go a little further west.
Yeah.
And so,
that's Big Bend. That's
so this is Big Bend, right?
That's the windows in Big Bend. Yeah.
Right. And you guys did this twice?
Well, we've been there multiple times, but we went twice to try and do what's called the Outer Mountain Loop, which is a long trail all the way around from the
Chisos Basin.
The basin there, which is where the Windows Trail comes off of.
Okay.
And it's about...
I know, look at it.
Quite the view.
50-mile loop.
It's about a 50-mile
The first time we went, she was sick when we left home. And then I got sick night before we took off, and we hiked 2 days, and I said, I don't think I'm going to make it through the desert, so let's turn around and head back. So,
and we did, and then we went the next year and completed it.
That's awesome. But that isn't that like, don't you have to cache your water there too?
You have to cache water, and you have to carry up to 5 liters with you for the first time.
Wow.
Oh, at least,
right. And then when you're caching water, do you just put them in like a bear bin, like
it's one of the double bear box.
Double bear box.
Right.
Okay. On either side of the desert, which is good, but it takes you half a day to get to the Juniper water cache because it's just a really, really rustic road. You have to have 4-wheel drive.
I mean, I would love to do that. That's really cool. And then I don't know too much about these, but what about these Texas wild hogs, the javelin hogs?
Javelinas.
Javelinas? Ay.
There's feral pigs.
No, but aren't they in Big Bend?
Yeah,
they're in Big Bend. They're in, the ones we got on film were in Fort Davis State Park.
It's just to the west of
But now they're not; those are little hogs. We're used to feral hogs around here that are about 4 times as big as those things.
Stop it!
Yeah, no, those.
Stop it!
Those were little ones.
They're open game year round, aren't they?
Oh yeah,
you can now shoot them.
You
can shoot them from a helicopter. That's how much of a nuisance they are.
Oh, brother!
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's awesome.
Get the 50 cal, man. We're gonna long range.
Oh boy. Boom. You touched on the Gila, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And then I think you said you did was it 50 water crossing? Like, it was insane.
Yeah, it was. So you basically just crisscross the trail. So it's great for July because the trail just goes across the river and then back across the river and back across the river. So it's great for July. You have to be comfortable. We wear ultra shoes, and the water will just go through and they'll dry. So we just walk. Now, if you were trying to take your shoes on and off, it wouldn't be fun at all. But it's fun if you're just willing. And so we went in July. And it was good and warm. In fact, it was hot. And so it was great. And you're filthy, nasty, covered in dirt from coming in and out of the water. But it was fun. It was fun.
But it was safe. It wasn't like rapids. It wasn't
No.
Okay.
The water wasn't. I guess the deepest water we went through was maybe knee deep.
Yeah. Okay. So it was mostly mid calf to knee, right at the knee. So we've
never done a water crossing.
Yeah, we have.
Where?
Seriously,
on Glacier.
We did.
Yeah, don't you remember that puddle?
Oh, jeez. I'm like, what are you talking about? We did not do that. Get out of here.
You had that running water cascading down the mountain.
Oh, get out of here.
What are you crossing over water?
Yeah, we did. Okay, fine. We did. You're right.
Come on now.
It could be
just because it was that deep doesn't mean it doesn't classify as a water crossing.
I didn't have to take my shoes off or anything.
Hey, we don't have snow, so.
Yeah, right? We don't either. Don't worry about it.
It snowed the day after we did the Highline Trail.
It did.
Oh, wow.
So I would want to talk about
2.5
Glacier,
inches.
but not yet. We've got the Triple Crown Loop. So Virginia.
Oh yeah, that was super fun.
I've seen, and so you know what? So when I don't really know that anything about that, but I actually ended up looking it up. It looks like a great loop to do.
I was looking there's a lot of the Appalachian Trail that you're just walking, you know, and you're in the woods, but there's not many overlooks or anything like that. Yeah. So I was looking for iconic stuff.
Yeah.
McAfee Knob and Dragon's Tooth and what's the cliffs called? Tinker Cliffs are all right there within, how many miles was that? I don't know.
30 miles.
30 miles maybe. They're all right there within each other. And then there's a wilderness. This where we're tenting right here is across on the mountain behind. And that's how you do the loop. You take this wilderness that's not on the AT and go all the way back around. And I kind of did on my I did on my video a description of the best way to go for parking. And then getting back to where you're going, you know.
Right.
It's super fun.
No, you did a good job on that for sure.
Right.
And it looks so beautiful. And then just quickly, you guys are tenting here.
Right.
Yeah. That's our primary. When we went to Georgia,
looks like a Z-Pack.
What is that? Is that a 6 minute? What is that?
That's a Z-Pack.
That's a Z-Pack.
That's a triplex.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's a triplex. So it's
we
really
do triplexes because we like to have our stuff in the tent.
I like my one.
Yeah.
We both have wine pads.
Yeah.
Not me.
No, I'm just saying I like to put the stuff in the tent. I don't like it under the vestibule at all. That's not my thing. But you guys hammock though too.
We do.
Yeah.
We haven't as much recently. We're going to take a trip here in May, and I'm planning on getting a new hammock because our grandson is going to stay in the tent with Sydney.
That's exciting.
Yeah, the reason we quit hammocking was mainly me. You sleep better. We sleep better. Both of us sleep better in hammocks. But I can't get his attention. When we're in hammocks, he can't hear me. I can't go, dear. Yep. I'm going to go to the bathroom. And I just don't like it because by the time I'm out of my hammock, you know, and he's snoring away. He doesn't know where I'm going.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it as well because of that.
Okay.
Also, if it rains, I mean, it's fine. The tarps work, but you're carrying a lot more stuff really for us than a tent. We never did invest in lightweight hammocks. I think if we did that, we would probably enjoy it better. And he's gonna get one and see how we like it for this next one.
Investigating.
What are you gonna get, Justin?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm kind of just perusing and looking right now.
Yeah, it's another rabbit hole. Good luck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. There's so many things out there to look at, right?
Yeah, he still makes them.
Yeah, there's so many. It's just wild for sure.
And of course, when we started hiking out west, when you're hiking in Big Bend, Guadalupe, there's nowhere to hang
there's no trees tall.
So that's all kind of when we started getting the tent and doing that.
Yep. So we have to talk Glacier. You guys went 1 month before we did. So we went September 2022, and you guys were August.
Wow.
And you guys we were in Glacier for what? We were in Glacier for 4 days. We were with another couple. So the four of us all had different, things we wanted to get out of Glacier. We did things together. We did things separately. But you guys did a lot of, I always call it hybrid, like a little bit of hybrid backpacking. By that, I mean, you stayed at a lodge and then you did some, camping. So tell us how Glacier went down for you guys.
So we wanted to do a long trail. We wanted to be as quickly as possible away from the crowds.
Right.
Okay. We just wanted to get away from the crowd. Yeah. So we started looking at Granite Park as a starting point at the end of Highland Trail there. Yep. We started looking at that as a hiking spot and started looking for camping sites. And we realized that we didn't know enough to plan this. So we got in touch with Glacier Guides.
Okay.
Glacier Guides is apparently the only provider of backcountry backpacking that's allowed within a national park. I mean, they are actually approved by the national park and part of their program. And we asked for a 5-day trip as far away from the public as possible. And after Granite Park, we didn't see more than maybe one couple a day, because we cut right straight through. We went up to 50 Mountain and then all the way down to Goat Haunt, which is across from the Canadian side.
Yep.
Yeah. Did y'all go to Goat Haunt?
We did not. We did not have enough time. We're going to revisit for sure. But yes.
It is beautiful. That trail was so amazing. We went up to the Continental Divide and then we came back down and went to Bowman Lake and came out that way. But when you get to the Continental Divide, you can go up. We didn't go to Hole in the Wall, which is further north. Yep. And I'd like to do it again, same hike, but go north and come out in Canada.
Okay.
Go across that way, because apparently there's a lot of beautiful stuff from pictures I've seen up there where we didn't go. But we were literally out in the wilderness. There were 7 of us.
Yes, with the guide.
7 of us and one guide.
And one guide.
Okay.
And I would love to do more mountain climbing type. Yeah. I love that, going up and seeing the glacier and we're on the sheer cliff and the lakes down below us. It was glacier's beautiful.
It doesn't even look real, does it?
Like, it doesn't. It's like I'm in a movie. This is.
I know.
You just look off in the horizon. You just see for miles of the deep valleys and such.
I know.
I mean, every corner was like a freaking postcard.
It was a postcard.
It's like you had to you wish you had like a 360 camera on top of your head, because it's like every time you just stopped and turn around, it's like, wow, that view's cool. And and of course, what time of the day you hiked it, what time of the year you hiked it, y'all are going to get a different perspective.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Now, had the fires gone out when y'all? Because as we were leaving or ending our hike, the fires were starting up, and we were beginning to see a lot of smoke in the area up there.
Right.
We had a tidbit of smoke, nothing too crazy, but there was one wildfire. I can't remember which glacier it was, but it was between 2 glaciers that they were monitoring.
Yeah.
It wasn't big enough.
And it was a lightning strike, they said.
It was lightning strike hit it, and it was very small, but you could see it plain as day. When we were on the Highline Trail, we could see it.
It was crazy.
And we reported it, and it said, "Oh yeah, we're monitoring it." It's like, okay,
yeah, for sure.
What else did y'all hike when y'all were there?
So, like I said, we were with another couple, and we all had our own little, agenda kind of thing. So we
almost killed them both.
Because I'm just going to say here, we went with Blue Water Overland, and they actually brought their kayak. So one of the things they wanted to do was kayak in Lake McDonald. Right. So they got, and it was incredible, right? Like that's again another postcard to see. So that's what they did. They did little day trips here and there. High Line was on our list.
We hiked the High Line
all the way. We did from end to end. So we went all the way up to Granite Lodge and then all the way down to the loop again, right? And
just
so
over
10 miles, 11 miles, whatever. Yeah. So
it's over 12 miles.
And then
so we also hiked down to Hidden Lake. So we hiked that down with Dan, and then we hiked.
That was amazing.
That was beautiful.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah, Colleen smelt a grizzly down there.
Yeah, we had a grizzly
She was like literally 50, probably 50 feet from us, but we didn't see her, but she smelt her.
Yeah, it was kind of wild. So that was crazy.
What was the?
We did Avalanche Lake like you guys.
Avalanche Lake. That was with all 4 of us.
Yeah, all 4 of us did that.
Did you have thousands of people there your day?
We did. My God.
It was busy.
It was ridiculous. It was like Disneyland. It was so many people. Yeah, it was.
It was a lot of people, but it wasn't that ridiculous.
Yeah, it was crazy. So and then I know in your video you talked about Logan's Pass. You talk about, you get there and if there's like so many people, right? Like it's nuts. We got there like at 6 a.m. To have a little coffee, watch the sunrise.
Oh yeah,
all of a sudden
it was like we were tailgating at Logan's Pass.
But all of a sudden you turn around and there's a million people, and people are circling the parking lot like a shark, waiting for you to leave your parking spot.
exactly.
You know what I mean? But Glacier it's definitely on the list again. So
Well, I didn't know there's a direct flight. There's a direct flight from DFW to Glacier. Did you know that?
I know, but you guys did.
Yeah, I can't believe I haven't been back yet.
I know, because you flew in right into Kalispell, right?
Right. Yeah. But
That's
it's
crazy.
their season is so short.
Yes.
And it's so busy. That's what makes it hard. I'd be up there right now if I could get in. But I don't want to be.
The guided hike thing, I feel like that's almost the way to go. I mean, I feel like we're pretty savvy. I feel like you're probably pretty savvy, but it's also the unknown. You don't really know. Like it's the wilderness out there. Like
why would you want to know?
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just feel like you did the right thing.
You kind of want to know, but in the same token, it's like, you know what? The hell with it. I'd rather be surprised.
So, well, I mean, there is that factor. But did you have to pack your own food, or was it like a full service?
They provided it, but we divided it up. Everybody had to carry food.
Oh, so it was everything.
The food. Our guide carried the pot. Huge pot.
He carried an 80-pound pack.
It was unbelievable. But we divvied up all the food, and you carried your own water, and you carried your own tent, and you carried anything else you wanted.
Sure. Like your personal stuff.
Yeah. And they cook massive meals, but all the food is divided up.
I love it.
Right.
So
that sounds like Mark Park.
I love it for us. And we didn't, while we were doing this wilderness and we're out in the middle of nowhere where there's no people at all, we didn't see any elk or bear. But we saw the trail was covered in prints.
Oh,
bear and elk and on top of each other, little cubs. I mean, there were footprints in the mud everywhere. But we didn't see till we were with 2,000 people at Avalanche Lake. We were,
and that's where the two little bears were frolicking in the water, whatever, right? Yeah. Sheesh, that's nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Well,
bears know is where the people are, there's food.
Right. Well, that's true too. Yeah. And I agree. There was so many people there.
The more remote you are, the more safer you are.
Well, I think they knew where the trail was, and they stayed away from the people. They'd hear the people coming, they'd just go away, Right.
Well, that's true too. So, have you ever heard of a thunderbox?
No.
Okay, because in one of your videos, you mentioned you're like, oh, we don't have a vaulted toilet. We have an open air toilet. And in Canada, we call those a thunderbox.
Thunderbox. It's a loo with a view.
it's a loo with a view.
It was great.
Yeah, so that's what that is. So all the parks in Ontario and in Canada, mostly in the backcountry, that's what they have. They're called thunderboxes.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Now I know what it's called.
That's right. Yeah, I was like an open air toilet. What? I've never heard that before. But it is absolutely. Oh gosh. But yeah, no, Glacier is wow. Like, let's go.
Yep.
And then another place that you've been to that I think is super popular and super high on everyone's backpacking list is like Zion and Bryce and that whole kind of, area there as another one of those places that does not look real.
Yeah, it does.
Come on. It's like red. Like, tell me about this.
Well, you have to understand the backstory here on this.
Okay. Let's do it.
This was a Christmas present to my mother. My mother, we asked her, said, we've been after her for a while. Where do you want to go on a trip? And she wouldn't pick anything. So finally we said, here's 3 places you've never been. Which one do you want to go? And she said, I want to go to Zion and Bryce. So we said, okay, there's a direct flight from DFW to St. George.
Okay.
Little did we know that between weather and airplane problems, we were supposed to leave at 10 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. We got into Salt Lake City at 1:30 a.m. Thursday morning. I have a little nephew there who picked us up. We stayed at his house. Then we had to catch a 5-hour bus ride from Salt Lake down to St. George, where we got our rental car, and then went to the park. And our luggage didn't. On the bus trip down, it assured us our luggage was in St. George. So I convinced Sydney. I said, you know what? Our luggage is there. Let's go ahead and register for the lottery for the trip up Angel's Landing. So we did. We get to the airport in St. George and we're claiming our luggage, and they're like, your luggage is not here. And we're like, what? They told us it was here. And about that time, my phone starts going off saying, congratulations, you've won the lottery to hike Angel's Landing tomorrow.
All of our clothes were in the suitcase.
Okay.
All the clothes.
All the hiking, everything.
Everything was in the suitcase.
Okay.
So we had to go buy clothes.
Okay.
We went and bought pants, shirts. I bought some water shoes, and I hiked Angel's Landing in water shoes, and he hiked them in his just work boots.
My work boots
that he wears.
Stop it. Stop it.
But it was amazing. We were glad we got to do it. Very glad we got to do it. But it was a crazy. I mean, it was supposed to be a nonstop flight, and you're there in 4 hours. And it was half days.
Like planes, trains, and automobiles. Holy moly.
We got nothing nice to say about DFW.
Oh, yeah. Boo. I got bad experiences there, too.
We're not going there.
But you had, like you can see in the picture here, there's, like, snow. Like, it can have snow closures, right?
Yeah. And the trail underneath the rim on the picture there, the rim there's a trail that goes all the way around. It is closed in the winter, and it was still closed because we went in early April. So if you're going to go to Bryce and you want to hike the under the rim trail, which is the longest trail, you want to be sure that it's open before you get there, because it was still closed when we were there.
So it's like it has a short window for being open then. Yeah.
Well, of course, that was the year of all the snow.
That was
too.
Grand Canyon was closed and North Rim was closed because of snow.
Yeah. Okay.
That was 21?
22.
That was last year. That was
23.
That was 23. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and then So then you talked about Angel's Landing and the lottery. So for people who don't know, tell them about the lottery and how that works.
So all of the real popular hikes, you have to sign up for a lot. You have to register on the website, and you can sign up for yourself, and then somebody else in your group can sign up. But if somebody gets it, then that takes care of all of you.
Okay.
But we just said 2 people and any time. Okay. So you can pick a time window. We want to come between 6 and 10, or 6 and noon, or noon to 6.
Okay.
We realize now that if you go like really early or really late, no, they're not checking that closely.
Oh, geez.
But so there's nobody there, and it's not high season, and you go like at 6 a.m. or you go at 7 p.m.
Okay.
There's not going to be anybody, but we got a afternoon, so it was hot.
Sure.
We got an afternoon, and I mean, we got it. I guess it was yours. We both signed up for 2 people, and he got it and I didn't. And that was perfect. And so you go on to their website, and it has a deal there. I don't know if you've ever heard of the YouTube channel We're the Rockies. They do really good. We're in the Rockies, I think. We're in the Rockies.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
They do really good setups that explain everything, but so does the website at Zion.
Okay.
They have a really good website for it.
Okay.
And you can get online and decide when you want to do it. You do it within you do it after 6 p.m. the day before you want to go, and then it's for the next day. So, but they've got all the instructions on the website, and it changes a little bit every year. So,
how long is this hike? How long did it take you?
We left at noon, and we got back down at 7 o'clock.
What?
Wow.
we
took our time.
we took our time. We stopped and took lots of pictures.
Okay.
And you'll see in one of the videos, there was a condor that came and landed in the tree right behind us.
I saw that.
Yeah, we're
Cool.
sitting there and hear this flapping noise, and I look around, and there he is landing in the tree right there.
That's crazy. That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, cross that off your list.
Yeah,
Holy moly.
that's one big buzzard.
Yeah, we
Right?
didn't get to hike the Narrows, which was the other thing we wanted to
The
do.
river was flooded.
The river was
Okay.
really high.
And it was closed. In fact, it covered the stairs and part of the trail where you couldn't even get down in there to see it. So,
Right?
yeah. So, and
Wow.
but then again, that was that heavy snow year, and that was in
Right.
April, early
Okay.
April.
Right.
So,
Got it.
yeah.
Awesome. Wow. And
We'd
then
like
you're
to
heading
come
out to
in
the
the
east.
backside. Yeah, we'd like to go around the backside of the Narrows and camp. You can camp on the other side and then come in the Narrows and come opposite direction. And
Okay.
that's what we'd like to do someday, but
All right.
it's a hard hike.
It's on the list.
You all like the back door entrances, don't you?
Yeah, they do. They like the alternate route.
And
Funny. I like that.
kind of like how we did Hog-
Less
Yeah,
travel.
the other way. Exactly.
Right.
the road.
Hey.
Yeah, that's right. The road
The
less
road
traveled.
less trap. We are with you on that. That is so funny. Oh god. Well, your whole Texas hiking gang is here. Craig and Barbara just showed up as well. So yay! Hey everybody, welcome.
Super fun.
I love it.
Yeah, Eli's here. Tangent.
I love it. So then you've been up to the East Coast a little bit. So you did. So Doc Watson, who was in our chat, he had to go to work, unfortunately. He's from the Maine area. And that's in New Hampshire. So that
Right.
is a really hot hiking spot right now, backpacking. Like it's super hot. Like I don't mean temperature. I mean it's very popular.
The other White
Yeah.
Mountains.
Yeah. The whites.
The White Mountains are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And and we went hut to hut, which was super fun. And those are really neat. If you can get a reservation there to do that, it's a lot of fun. It really is. It is a killer, and it poured rain the whole time.
Oh geez.
But I'd like to go back sometime when it's not raining.
Right. For sure. I mean, people say it's the
They
weather.
told us it was the wettest year,
Yeah.
the wettest summer
it's
on record.
A record.
Yeah.
It's a record. They had more rainfall this summer than any time
Good
ever.
thing you were part of that. That's
Wow.
fun. Sheesh. Wow. But we know of people who have done it in the wintertime too, which is just crazy.
Really?
Wow.
Yes. I know as well.
It snows really heavily up there.
It does. It does. So the hut to hut thing, is that like if you don't get
Does
a
it?
hut, can you still
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
camp? You can still just camp though, right? Okay. So it's
Right.
not like, leave no
Yeah.
trace or zero impact or
And
whatever.
the AT runs the AT goes all the way around over to Mount
Yep.
Washington.
Right.
And so we hiked like 6 of the presidentials or 7 of the presidential mountains that are on the way to Mount
Wow.
Washington on this hike, and you
Okay.
can go from hut to hut, and it's super fun. Yeah, I'd
Okay.
like to do that one
So-
again. as well.
So y'all disperse camp along on the trail, or they have designated camping
So it's
areas?
the huts they were in. Yeah.
We stayed in the huts on that while we were in the backcountry.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are designated camping areas around the huts.
Yeah.
In fact,
Yeah, that's what I was
I
going to get.
said there's camping right down there. There are camping there, and there's a lot of stealth camping, which
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan. I'm a big leave no trace. There was
Yeah.
lots of traces, but there are. It's up on top of the mountain. There's lots of, and I don't know what they're called, but they're bushes and they're low lying. But down underneath them, there's all these paths. And I was like, oh, look at the animal paths, and they went, that's not animal paths.
No.
That's stealth camping. That's what.
Wow.
People were telling us. So yeah.
That's nuts. So how heavy are your packs? Like what are you guys like using right now?
If we're not carrying our food,
Yeah.
24 to 26.
Yeah. 24 to 26 pounds.
Without food.
Yes,
well,
we should.
they had meals at the huts. They
Okay.
had dinner at the huts. So we've got our
Right.
lunch and we've got
Yeah.
our snacks. But
Okay.
the huts had your evening meal.
What?
Nice.
We didn't have to carry any food prep, any stove or anything like that.
And we didn't have to carry a tent.
Right.
But we had to.
Yeah, that sheds a lot of weight.
So it's like the shelters on Isle Royal.
What?
which we only had to have a tent one night.
They did make us carry. They had a whole list of things, clothes wise, that we had to. They wouldn't let us go on the trip. They said until you've got these things.
And y'all know how dangerous Mount Washington is because of the way it sits and how the wind comes in and how dangerous it is. So you had to have thermal, you had to have a fleece, you had to have a rain jacket, and you had to have a puffy. And I'm going, are you kidding me? I'm never going to put all that on.
Wow. Okay.
And did you wear it at any given time?
The rain jackets, we wore our rain suits the whole time. After we got sopping wet, because I normally won't put on a raincoat. I'll just keep hiking and it'll dry. I mean, but this was different. This was different. This was pouring rain, and you're on incline like this, rocks.
Yeah.
They're going straight up.
They don't understand what switchbacks are.
There are
in
no
New
switchbacks.
Hampshire.
Yeah.
There are
Maybe
no.
there's no
What?
switchback.
Is it like a straight down slope?
If
The middle of the waterfall.
Yeah, most of the trail became a waterfall.
What? Like a big slip and slide or something.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
I would have packed a plastic sled and
or
just gone on
something,
down.
right? Who knows?
We did that a couple times, coming down on a few of them.
And you're having to use your hands. You're having to. I more often than him. He'll stay up straight, but I immediately, if it's very steep at all, I'm going to be hands on the rocks. I'm just going to do it.
Oh, 100%.
Because you're at such an angle, I just
Absolutely, without a doubt. So that trip, you didn't have to package or bring any of your dinners, but you did an Instagram post where you were like, "What's everybody eating? Like, what prepackaged food is everybody eating? Do you guys have a preference?"
Oh,
we use. I like Wild Zora. He likes just plain backcountry. What is it? Backpacker. Backpacker. We eat freeze dried meals. We eat oatmeal, of course. We carry baggies with
and
coffee.
Snickers,
peanut butter crackers. Snickers and peanut butter crackers. Yes.
Okay.
That's our go-to lunch. And people are like, "Are you part of it?" And we're like, "No." Are you kidding?
Yeah, we really like the Peak refills, but we do like Backpacker Pantry.
Yeah, and Wild Zora does have some good stuff too.
Yeah, and Peak, I like some of the Peak stuff too. He doesn't like it as well as I do, but I enjoy it. But our favorite thing is breakfast skillet. I mean, just breakfast skillet and tortillas, and you're great.
And you're good to go. Have you ever had the good to go meals?
No, I haven't. I saw those. I've been looking at different stuff because our grandson, we're looking for special food for our grandson. And so I've been looking at stuff for that. And I saw there's so much out there now. There's a lot.
And theirs is really, really good too. And they're from Maine, I think
Maine,
is. She's like a chef and everything.
She's an executive chef in Maine.
Yeah.
I need to just order a whole bunch from each company and try them at home. That's what I like.
Yeah.
So, what kind of meals were they all serving and going from hut to hut?
Well, one night it was every Saturday night. It's turkey and dressing. Okay,
what?
So
like open face sandwiches,
hikes, and one of those nights ended up on Saturday twice, and we ended up, and they're like, "Oh, we always have turkey and dressing on Saturday night."
Okay.
So they have a crew there that mans the place, and they have to haul all the food up. They're hauling the food up on their backs, and then they've got somebody. One of them is in charge of fixing the meal every night, but the meals stay the same in the AMC, the Appalachian Mountain Club huts.
Sure.
And so that's cool. And then we saw the thru hikers would come in, and thru hikers can work for stay.
Oh.
And so they'll say, "Well, we'll wash dishes or whatever." And we saw lots of them come in, and then they sleep in the floor in the dining room area. And
hey, that's a no-brainer.
I feel like that's a no-brainer for sure.
Yeah.
We'll work for food.
That's cool.
Exactly.
Really?
They get to eat all the leftovers.
Yeah.
See, and I mean they are putting it away.
Okay.
But the breakfasts are great. I mean, they're eggs, bacon, sausage, oatmeal, muffins,
Hash browns. Everything.
Yeah, everything.
Wow. It sounds like they did it up right.
Wow, all the fixings.
I know. No, I feel like that's awesome. So you're not just backpackers. You guys like to cycle too, right? Like you guys like bikes and stuff, and you get on little rides and whatever. Okay.
I've pretty much given that up, but yeah.
We have a big ride here every year.
We have huge Goat Neck 100 here every year. And that's what got us started doing that. And he's ridden in tons of races.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
A bunch of his friends. I rode some. I ride some if my knees get sore. But
The problem here is it gets so hot during July and August. Our big ride here is always the last weekend in July, and it's a warm up ride. For the biggest ride around is the Hotter Than Hell 100 that's in Wichita Falls, and ours is a
perfect name for
I
it.
know, right?
we're in a different world than you. Completely different. Yeah.
that ride in Wichita Falls will have 10 to 15,000 people in it. It is amazing. Yeah.
It is.
So, because bike packing is really popular right now too.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering if that was something. So,
I have not done any of that. Now, I've a couple of years ago, I rode with a group that was doing a special ride from Houston all the way up. They looped through the country and ended in Fort Worth. And myself and two of my buddies got together, and we got on in Waco and came all the way north to Cleburne. It was about 70 miles that we rode. And then we got off, and we were fine, but they would go each night. The town would host them, and they would either camp or have a place. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, and there's a lot of those in Texas where they long distance bike rides. Yeah,
crazy. So
that's quite a bit.
It is quite a.
I mean, our extensive arm is like, okay, how fast can you get to the next brewery?
We do a little brewery tour. That is true, and we do about 26 miles.
It's a 26-mile loop.
It is. So what's next for you two? What's the big trip next?
We're carrying our grandson to this Eagle Rock Loop in Arkansas to hike. He wanted that. That's what we gave him for Christmas, and so we're
a 3-day hike.
We're going to do. We've never camped out at night.
Yep.
Little Missouri River. So that's
so how old is your grandson?
Huh?
How old is he?
9.
Okay.
10.
Let's go.
Yeah. And then we're going to do New Jersey, all of New Jersey on the Appalachian Trail.
Stop it.
I've got a sister that lives in Pennsylvania, and we're going to fly up there, and then she's going to shuttle us up to, the trailhead, and then we're going to hike, and when we're through, they're going to pick us up.
So that'll be about 52, 53 miles.
Okay.
And we
Not too bad.
Planned out
what
we're hiking.
3-4 days.
Perfect.
Yeah.
5 days.
It's 5, honey.
Because it's a video, and we're going to take our time and take pictures, and we're going to enjoy it. Yeah, 5 whole days. Yeah.
Right. And like I said before, it's not a race. And like we always say, I don't want the fastest known time on the trail. That's not the goal. And you want to take it in, and I want to be safe, and I want to enjoy, and I want to have the conversation, and I want to whatever that looks like. So I think it's nice.
He gets mad at me because I want to stop and visit with everybody on the trail.
Okay.
And I'll say, I'm going to go on down and take some pictures.
Sheesh, I love it. Well, those sound like good trips. What about Michigan? Have you guys ever been up here?
No,
we haven't.
We haven't. We have no idea what's even there.
Put it on the list.
Okay,
there's a lot.
Where are we going?
You going to Pictured Rocks?
Pictured Rocks, Porcupine Mountains.
Okay.
Pictured Rocks. You're gonna love that. Porcupine Mountain, Isle Royal National Park.
Yes,
it's a fly-in.
It's you fly in or boat in.
Beautiful.
Okay.
You'll want to do that.
We'd highly recommend flying in.
Yes.
It's a 35-40 minute flight. Really pretty over Lake Superior, but the boat ride's like 3.5 hours.
Right.
But if you take the boat, you're at risk because she can turn on you in a heartbeat, and you could be in like some super huge swells.
Wow.
Right on. But check those out. I put them on the list for sure. And then what about Canada?
We've been to go
Yeah.
Hunt.
Okay, we have my friends up there, right? Yeah.
And then the boats weren't going. It was still shut down from COVID when we got there, and so we couldn't. We were going to go across, but we couldn't.
Yeah.
So
now we've in the past we've been up to Banff and Lake Louise and different, but we didn't hike much. It was a trip. We took one of our kids up there, and it was just a sightseeing type trip.
But that's all we've done.
You have to be the tourist too, though. You know what I mean? You have to. We love those little trips too, where it's always nice to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then one other thing. Oh, you go ahead, honey.
Nope.
I was just going to say one of the things that I know was important for us. So we're in our 50s. You guys already said you're in your 60s.
Right.
When we figure out what trip we're doing and we do the research and we talk about the terrain and we talk about, what we need to do, if I know I'm climbing all day long, I'm going to be doing stairs. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. If our trip that we did that I think John was telling you when we did the Lake Superior Coastal Trail on the east side.
You talking about training?
So
that training is consistent here. Hold my beer.
No, that's him. But my thing was balance. Like I knew that if I was going to be on little rocks, big rocks, whatever, balance was my thing. So I wanted to work on that, right? So training is something that was important to you guys too. So tell us what that was all about.
Yes, and we almost forgot about that. Alicia is our trainer, and she's the healthy hiker. She's at thehealthyhiker.com, and she specializes in older people who want to stop knee pain with hiking. Yeah, there we go. And she is amazing. And she does it online. She's here in Texas, but and so she sets you up and starts you out slow and works with you. And we did it for a while, and then we stopped. And then we realized that we weren't going to keep doing it unless we had a trainer.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's really, I have a bad right knee.
Sure.
And it has really helped me. The strengthening exercises that she's given me, it's not that I don't have any pain, but it's helped a lot for me to be able to get up and down. Now, I will tell you, New Hampshire kicked my rear end. And
we wouldn't have been able to do it had we not been training with her. A year ago, we couldn't have done it. So it makes a huge difference, and just carrying weight all the time. I mean, people say, well, I've been walking. Well, that isn't going to help you backpacking. You got to walk with weight.
For sure. Yeah. And people always say that, going uphill, oh, it's so hard. Are you kidding? It's the downhill that kills me. Right? Oh, man. So,
yeah, training is important, and especially if you want to keep hiking in your older years.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then how did you come across her? Like,
He found her. We were very frustrated because we had been going to our doctors, and we just felt like every time we'd say something, they're like, well, you're in your 60s. What do you expect? Go take an Advil and sit down. And I'm like, that's not the way I want to be. And I found her online and subscribed to her newsletter, and then I said, Sydney, this is just what we're looking for.
We actually did just free stuff from her that she had online and was in her newsletter. She had some exercises to do, and I think it was before we went to Big Bend the first time. Right. And we did all those, and then we were like, we got to find this lady. We got to get more stuff from her.
I like it.
So we did, and and it's great.
That's really good.
And go ahead.
So I was going to ask, where's she based out of?
To Texas, you said, though, right?
Yeah, she lives down in the Houston area.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's a
healthyhiker.com. So anybody go check them out. And it's all online, right? So thanks for sharing that. I feel like, there's always something we can learn from somebody else,
We're in a group now that what is there, 10 people in the group? And we have an online chat every 2 weeks. And everybody talks about, okay, here's how it's going with the exercise routines. And
I have this problem with that exercise. How can I do it better? Right. Just all that kind of stuff.
And you get a lot from just sitting there and listening to the other people and what the issues they're having.
Sure.
So,
and what's working for them,
Right.
That's good.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so she does this. Everything's done online, so to speak.
Yes, you have an app that she signs you up in.
She monitors your heart rate,
Monitor your heart
exercises.
rate, your exercises, your diet,
Mhm.
and puts it all in. And
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does that work? You got to like hand enter all that information or something like
we
that.
track on a separate app that connects our food.
Wow.
And
Okay.
she's got a guideline for us, and if we're having a certain problem, she'll tweak it, and then she increases our intensity of our exercises. I fell completely off exercising all of November and December. 8 grandkids, 4 kids. I was busy, and I was working, but we got back on, and she backed us up on the intensity, and then smoothed us back in. So because we're getting ready, if we're gonna hike. All of New Jersey, I've got to get in better shape.
Absolutely. Yeah. Get back on track. Wow.
So super fun.
Cool.
I love it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you get to personalize your the details
That's
that you
what I'm
need
thinking too.
per hiker.
Yeah.
and what's interesting about it is she will say things to us like, you don't have to kill yourself. I've got this exercise here for you, but don't overdo it. You need to ease into it, those kinds of things. But with the goal that you should, after doing this for a while, you should be able to do these exercises. Because I have a lot of balance issues. And I tell her, okay, lunges just kill me. And she's okay, hold on to something, do the lunges, and at least get the reps in and get used to doing that. And then start turning loose and doing it without holding on. And, it makes a big difference.
It does. That's good advice.
We've improved a lot. We'll probably do this until we're not able to hike anymore.
Back at you. Us too.
That's cool.
Without a doubt. I mean, it's just empowering.
And you got to keep working at it if you want to keep hiking. I mean, that's the thing.
Absolutely. Yes.
Well, hey, Hiker 77, he's still out there
doing his thing. That's right.
There's a lot of people. There's more and more people doing it.
There are. And I'm just going to say that. Well, I think we've been lucky to have met you in this community. You know what I mean? Super, super fun. And it's just the like-minded people, that you get to chat with and bounce things off. And they could be 20 or they could be 80, whatever they are. We learn from so many of them, right? Like, it's just incredible. So you're going to have fun watching back this episode and looking at the chat. We were busy talking. Wait till you see the chat. Like, it is so good. So when you rewatch it, you're going to love it. There's lots of
apologize profusely for my children.
No.
The one that you call out Dax, that is our oldest son.
Okay. No, it was all good. So you're gonna get a giggle out of that. So lots of positive stuff. Doc Watson was talking about New Hampshire, and
I didn't get to ask though.
Stuff.
So when you go to the hike with your grandson and stuff, does he have all his own gear as well?
We're in the process of doing that.
He has a backpack.
Took him to Guadalupe Park, so he's hiked some hikes with us that are 7 or 8 miles, and he can carry his own water, his own food, and we're going to use one of our old sleeping bags, and then we're going to go take him and get him a pad and a pillow that he likes.
Yeah.
But he'll carry his stuff and he'll stay in the tent with me.
But we gave him a backpack for Christmas.
Yes.
So.
Oh,
Nice.
I love
What kind of pack did he get?
It's what was the kind we originally had?
Don't
With
start
the little
Gregory.
We're old, we forget things.
Gregory Deuter.
What my original? Huh?
Deuter.
No. The generic kind you get it not at REI, not at REI. We currently hike with
we have a Flash 55,
which we love from REI because it's lightweight.
Okay. The REI.
We're carrying other packs, and that's
I
what we
had
got
a
for him.
McGregor. I don't know what you had.
No, you had a Gregory. Yeah.
Gregory.
Yeah.
Gregory. There's Gregory. There's Mystery Ranch.
Mystery Ranch. That's the other one. Yeah,
Osprey.
Yeah. All of them. That's it.
We got it because I was looking for one that was a kid's backpack, but big enough to fit his sleeping pad and all that in it.
Sure.
And so they had a teen size or semi that I felt like would work, and I got him one of those. It's not ultra light, but we're also not going to load it down that heavy. So
sure.
But We're going up there.
Probably
In a
a
couple of
little,
weeks.
like a little 35 liter.
It's
Is it that big?
no, it's 25.
25,
Okay.
I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's good size.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and he's not very big, so
Okay. I'm
It'll be
excited
good.
to see. Now, does he want to be on the YouTube channel?
no. Well, yes, probably. I took a bunch of pictures on our last hike, and I haven't put that together yet, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
He's kind of a ham. You probably
Okay.
will enjoy it.
A camera him.
I feel like
Hey,
it's
no, give me the camera. Give
Yeah.
me the camera.
Well, maybe he will do the candid videos of YouTube.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Give him the camera. You're going to see some good stuff come out for sure. Awesome. Well, you guys have been fabulous, and
Well,
this
thank
whole
you.
hour has gone so fast, and even then,
You're
some
talking
it
about
looks
it.
like
It's over an hour.
it's over an
Yeah.
hour. I
Yeah.
know.
Over. Yes.
Yeah, which is awesome. So
That's how it goes.
it is how it goes,
Thank
and
you all so much.
Yes.
oh, you're
Oh,
welcome.
our pleasure.
Thank you. It's always, like, again, good chatting with like-minded people. It's nice to have everybody in the chat. Like I said, we didn't even put anything up from the chat because we were so involved with you guys. So when you watch this back, you're gonna go, "Oh, brother!" But it was awesome.
Yeah, watch out for that super good camping guy. He's a character.
He's got some fun stuff going on there. So everybody, please check out Justin and Sydney Geezer Adventures Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Did I miss anything?
No.
That's it.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's enough, right?
Yeah.
I know. So definitely go check them out. And yeah, excited to see what is next. And wow, here we go.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
You're welcome.
You are so very welcome.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to drop you
We're
down
gonna
here.
drop
And
you
we got to do a
down.
little outro. Yeah?
Okay. All
All
right.
right. Thank you all again.
Yeah. Good night.
That was super fun.
Oh my gosh. I think I hit almost all my questions. I had a few more, but it's all good.
No,
I always don't want to
think
keep
we
everybody
covered
too
everything.
late, but we did really good there. So,
Yeah,
wow.
we covered that.
We
that,
did.
That.
I'm gonna say I really like.
Oh, we didn't ask how many miles they plan on doing on the 18th.
I know that's okay. I think we'll ask them in the green room because I feel I want to know that. But everybody, thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out, which is
I wanna
awesome.
go jump in a helicopter and,
And now
shoot some
shoot
pig.
some feral pigs. Get out of here, you.
Hey
You're
man,
crazy.
nothing wrong with wild back bacon.
Oh my god. Or pea meal bacon.
No, it's an American. It's back. We're in America.
It's an American pig, so it's back bacon, not pea meal bacon.
It's
whatever. Gosh.
You're welcome, Tim.
Yeah, right. So thanks everybody for
Hey,
hanging
I'm
out.
just saying, I don't have any clothes on underneath these clothes. Just
Oh
saying.
my god. You guys are nuts.
Hey,
Just
that's
stop. Just
Tim
stop.
started it.
I know. If you guys are in Lansing this weekend, we're going to be kicking around there on Saturday for the show. So, flag us down, say hi. If we recognize you, we'll definitely say hey. And of course, the weekend after that, we're heading to Madison, Wisconsin, Canoecopia. So if that's on your list, same thing. We'd love to see you. We're presenting on the Friday at 3:30 in the Boundary Waters room.
That's a big room.
It's a big room, yeah. So come fill it for us, please. That'd be nice.
Come on, come on.
Come everybody. I hope y'all show up. But so obviously there's no show next week for that. And
Right.
We have
When
other
is-
things
when
to
is our
share
next
coming up. Our next show is going to be in March because we do have a few things on the go before then, which is great.
A lot of things.
Thanks for showing up, everybody. Again, we didn't get to say hi to everybody. We saw the Texas crew was all in the house, so that was awesome.
Yeah, Eli, the wheel life just popped in.
Yep. So hey, and
else popped in late?
you're gonna go late now. He's digressing.
Yeah, I said Eli. My mom said good night.
Yeah.
8
There you
o'clock,
go.
her bedtime.
There you go. Awesome. All right, everybody.
Oh, hiking with Jackie Boy popped in
That's
too. I
right.
saw them. Saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, thank you all for joining the show tonight.
Yeah.
And on that note, we'll see you all on the next quest. Y'all have a great weekend. Be safe. Have fun. Do whatever that makes
Always.
you happy.
Always. Oh,
Peace out, Cub Scouts.
I love that. All right. Night, everybody.